You're watching Chili Boy Productions. I'm Larry Chili Boy Chilson, and this is my review for Fair Play. Now, before we get into this review, make sure to go ahead and click that subscribe button down below so that you can chill with me on each and every one of my latest videos. Fair Play is a 2023 dramatic thriller from first-time director Chloe Damont. Fair Play unravels the scene of an unexpected promotion at a cutthroat hedge fund that pushes a newly engaged couple's relationship to the brink. The film stars Phoebe Dynevor, Alden Ehrenreich, and Eddie Marsan. The film will have a very limited theatrical run starting on September 29th before it debuts on Netflix October 6th. So thank you to Netflix for inviting me to view this film on the big screen. In honesty, I didn't know much about Fair Play. I do know that it debuted on the film circuit way back at Sundance this year and has slowly and steadily had premieres and showings throughout the beginning parts of the year, but I didn't really know what I was in for with this film. And honestly, that might be the best way to view it because this is a wild roller coaster of a ride that I thoroughly enjoyed. Now, before I get into the nitty gritty of our review, I just need to put it out there. This film does deal with the issues of abuse, mental abuse, physical abuse, as well as sexual abuse. So please understand that before we go any further, speaking on the film itself. Trigger warning if you plan to watch the movie. So let's go ahead and talk about the positives first. Well, I want to kick off the positives with Chloe Damont, who is our director and writer when it comes to Fair Play, because this is her debut feature film as a director, and what a great sense of self she has. The film is beautifully directed. It has this really kind of throwback to the 80s and 90s erotic thrillers that work so well. She has a steady hand and a clear vision for what it was she wanted to produce here, and it worked expertly. Oh, the tension building in Fair Play is handled so well, right from the moment that the big promotion drops into the scene. Oh, the tension starts really on the back end. The hints are there, you know it's coming, but it just slowly builds until it is literally permeating each and every frame of this film. And that's in large part due to Chloe behind the camera. I think the script is also very strong, but I have to say she shines through as a director here. A director with purpose and a vision that she wonderfully executed. Now, I think Alden Ehrenreich is very good in this film. He's unhinged and giving a scenery chewing type of performance. But let's just be very clear. This is the Phoebe Dynevor show. Phoebe is fantastic. She is utterly mesmerizing throughout the entirety of this film. And she gives such an authentic performance that, yes, at times requires her to get big and loud and over the top with it, but it never feels, one, unwarranted, but two, unnatural to what the film called for. Eddie Marsan has a much more limited role, but he is also really scary in this film to perfect degree. I thought he was also fantastic. Really, the acting top to bottom worked exactly for the film that was being made. And the allegories, they're all there, and most of them work really well, particularly the feminist angle of being a woman in the workplace, but more importantly, the gender dynamic in a relationship in the workplace. And really the main focus that works so well is the female perspective in this gender dynamic and what she has to do to navigate this male fragility. And the film kept my interest literally from start to finish. We start really lighthearted, really fun. It's very sexy. This is very much an erotic thriller, once again, that harkens back to the late 80s and early 90s, and it delivers the heat for sure. But more than just that, it delivers the thriller aspect of this film. It is intense all the way through. It's captivating. I was enthralled and it had me worried. There were a few times as I was watching that honestly I was very skeptical of the way we were headed on the messages that were going to be relayed. But honestly, those wanes in judgment felt authentic. They felt real. And that's what added so much weight and credibility to a script that can get a little bit over the top and fantastical. So then, what doesn't work so well when it comes to fair play? Well, I did just touch on a very minor negative slightly, and that is that it takes these themes that are pretty well communicated, I'd say, throughout the film and exaggerates them to a very high degree. I think many folks may feel that Delmont is really starting to hold the hand of the audience to get her point across. It's not subtle in the points it's trying to make. And that just comes with the overblown nature of it all. By the end, it unravels in quite a spectacular way. And I think it unravels in a way that might divide audiences. I came out enjoying it because, once again, I love the erotic thrillers of the late 80s and early 90s, and they were nothing if not over the top. But speaking of erotic, it is very sexy and hot and heavy. We don't even get a booty shot of Alden, though. So, yeah, that's going in the negatives. And all this sex appeal, we have a female director and writer behind the screens. We couldn't even get a little bit of booty from Alden. What's that about? But I will say, I think the workplace could have used a little bit more. I think the personal relationship and gender dynamics work really well. The gender dynamic of the workplace is touched on, very much so. It is spoken on, and it's really worked on through Emily's point of view and her behavior to be a part of the all men's club in this trading world. But I think we could have even taken that one step further because I think it has the most weight through the perspective of the boyfriend. And also, maybe even just touch a little bit more on the morality of working at a hedge fund. They mention it, they bring it up, but it felt more like a throwaway line rather than something that was ever touched on or built upon in the film. Really, we have these small threads that kind of pop up and go down and pop up and come down that don't get much attention on the wayside. We're hyper focused in on this woman, this man, and their tense relationship due to a promotion at work and the gender struggle that happens within there. But overall, I really enjoyed Fair Play. It is tense, it is exciting, and it has a lot to say in a very inventive, fun to watch kind of way. And it all caps off with this perfectly biting end that I adored. Like I said, there were several moments we were working through this film that I was very scared of what kind of path are we going to go down? What is the true message that's going to be sent? And thankfully, they ended on a searing note that worked so well. So if you have a chance, I definitely say to try to check Fair Play out in a movie theater when it debuts on the 29th of September. If it opens near you, head out and give it a watch. Otherwise, this is more than worthy of your time on Netflix starting October 6th. So that was my review for Fair Play. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, go ahead, click like down below and subscribe to the channel so that you are always up to date on all of my latest videos. Also, make sure to join in on the discussion. Are you excited to see Fair Play? Let me know all of your thoughts either in the comment section down below, or you can hit me up on Twitter. I love you all so much for your continued support. Mwah! Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye.